Hi everyone, welcome back to Barre with Sarah, and my camera's creaking again, of course it is. Welcome back to Barre with Sarah. I'm Sarah, and today I have a full 60-minute class for you. If you know me, you know I love 60-minute classes, so we've got a full classic barre class for you today. It's going to be all levels. My music is crazy. It's Monday. Let's get you all set up. So you're going to need your support, a mat, towel and water if you sit aside, a couple of add-ons, light weights. You could add a medium weight, but I'm just going to do light today. So I'm doing 2s or 3s. I also have a yoga block that you can use during stretching segments. If you really wanted to make it harder, you could add a band, but I'm going to do it with less equipment today. All right, so we're going to go through the full body. We're going to do a warm-up. We're going to do upper body, lower body, core, and then we've got a nice long stretch. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and turn for me. And we're going to start with those long lunges. So taking that right leg back, that right arm up. Here we go. Tap and back. Tap and back. Remembering to press really with the heel of that standing leg. Tap and back. Tap and back. For 2. For 1. Nice job. Go ahead and hold it back. Sink it down, rolling that hip under to open that hip flexor. And if you so desire, reaching up and over, stretching that side body. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, switch it out. Taking that left leg back, left arm forward. We tap and back. Tap and back. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better today. I did the party pants. Those studio lights still haven't come, so we're making the best with what we have. Give me 2 and 1. Go ahead and sink down, rolling that left hip under. Left arm comes up and over. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Go ahead and step it out. If you need to hold on to your support for this next one, you're welcome to. We're going to do knee pulls. So I want that left foot on the mat, taking that right leg forward, hands up. We pull and pull. You can hold on with one hand. It's not really a balance exercise. It is, but it's also to keep us warm. Give me 8, 7, and 6 more. We're going to alternate a knee pull and a heel touch. Looks like this. Kneel, knee, knee, and heel. It's more of a toe touch. So I'm pulling using that inner thigh to pull that foot across the body. Give me 2 and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and switch it out. Shake out that front leg. Now putting the weight onto that right leg. Sending that left leg back. We pull and pull. So thinking about a nice strong core, tucking that chin in, holding on if you need to. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 knee, 1 toe. So pull, pull, and toe. I keep saying heel and toe, but it's really just touching that foot. 4 sets. And 3, for 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and shake out that standing leg. Go ahead and bring those legs together. Zip them all the way up, out and in. So out and in, rotating open at those hips. And in, out and in. Give me 4. Holding out in 3, 2, 1. Take it up and up, down and down. So rolling up to releve and down. Take those arms off if you like. Up and up, down and down. Up and up, down and down. For 4 and down. Whoo, I'm already sweating. And down. Last 2 and down. 1 and down. Go ahead and pop those heels up. Walk them together. Slide down that imaginary wall. Little downs. Down, down, down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and up. Little ups. Ups. For 4, 3, 2. Press those legs back. Back. And nice job for 4, 3, 2. Hold. 8, 7, down an inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. All right, nice and warm. It is time for us to move to upper body work. And we're gonna start that today down on the mat. All right, so go ahead and join me, coming all the way down onto the mat. And we're gonna start with one of my favorite, gosh, I say this all the time, so one of my favorite plank series. So those hands are gonna come up nice and wide on the mat. You can tuck those toes and come up into a full plank, or you can always set those knees down and a modified plank. So up we come, looks like this. Knee, knee, rotate. And you're gonna go at your own pace, knee, knee, and then rotate to the other side. If you're doing this in the modified version, what you can do is simply hold and then open. So using that knee as a kickstand. So hold, hold, and open. Everything's to time today. Most things are to time today. So you can just count to yourself, hold, hold, open. Or you can join me and go knee, knee, open. So I'm just rotating those feet, not moving them, and rotating. Nice job. You've got 15 more seconds. You're doing great. Knee, knee. Don't remember what side I was on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Set it back, little mini release. All right, coming up, we're gonna swing those feet around and go into reverse push-ups, tricep push-ups. So sitting up nice and tall, bringing those feet into hips distance parallel on the floor, taking those arms externally, rotating them, thumbs pointed forward, fingers out. We're gonna go down and down, up and up, down and down. We always start with the booty down just to remind ourselves what we're supposed to be working. All of that triceps, that back of the upper arm. Take it down and down, up and up. 2 more just like this. And down, up and up, down and down, up and up. Remember, you can stay here. That's great. Or you're gonna lift up, shift the weight back, pop the toes. Here we go. Down and down, up and up, down and down, up and up. Once you think about pulling that core in tight, so what we don't want to see is like just the butt moving and up. Once you have that spot and down, up, and take it down and up. Go ahead and set it down. We're gonna just do a quick little release and reverse tabletop. So planting those hands, lifting the booty up, neck coming into, pulling that chin back, and set it down one more time, just releasing that front shoulder all the way up into reverse table. And sitting back down, last set. Again, the booty's down. We're gonna lift up with me. Come to that midpoint, pulse, pulse, pulse. Find that beat, little pulse, little pulse. Never locking out those elbows. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold in the middle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Go ahead and give me a roll of each of those wrists. It's gonna be a tough one on the wrists. If you're like me and you're sweating, you need your towel. All right, we're gonna flip back over and finish with plank up downs. We love plank up downs. Coming back into that great plank position. And a reminder for up down, I'll show you the modified version first. We're coming down onto the elbows and up. So walking down, down, up, and up. Trying to make it nice and smooth, or popping up into the full plank. Woo! Full plank is tricky. Now, if the walk just feels like it's too much for you, I want you to just be holding here isometrically, or here, and then maybe as you get your strength and your courage, you come down to those forearms, and then you press back up. One thing that's pretty common in plank up downs is we start to bring the booty up. We really want to maintain the same shape of the body as much as we can as we move up and down. You're almost done. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit it back, little child's pose. And we're coming up to standing. Grab those weights for me. It's time for upper body. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna go light today. I'm gonna start with my 3s. It's you pick your poison. Go ahead and bring those legs into a V position. We're gonna start with triceps, rolling those shoulders up, turn around back. Bending at the knees, pitching forward, bringing those triceps in. Let's kick it back and in, back and in. I really want you to work hard today on keeping that upper arm nice and steady. So that lower arm is moving at the elbow joint, but that's it. Up and back, up and back. Whew, tighten that core. Bring that neck in. So the tendency is to hunch, but pull that chin. Nice job. 10, 9, 8, 7. Holding at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back and hold. Come up into roll up if you'd like. 10, 9, 1 inch higher. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels come down, arms come up. All right. We're going to go into a mid-back and lat combination. So we're going to be rowing and then a bent arm lat raise. So row and raise. I'm going to show that in profile. So I'm rowing and then I'm doing a medial delt raise, but my elbows are staying in that bent position and raise. So as much as possible, we want the angle of that arm, the relation of the lower and upper arm to stay the same. And it's hard, right? There's a lot going on in this move. So as you row, think of that middle back, those muscles along the spine contracting. And then in the lat raise, thinking about that medial deltoid, the medial shoulder is what's really pulling that arm up. Nice job, you're almost there. And back. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to pulse it out in 2 and 1. Go ahead and take it straight back for me and pulse. Pull back. Elbows are going straight back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, raise up to that medial position and pulse. Little pulse. Teeny tiny, teeny tiny. Yes, you can. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, roll those shoulders up, down, around, and back. All right, bicep. And more shoulder. I don't know what it is today. I want to do all the shoulders. This is one of my favorite moves. Gosh, do I always do that? I do. So I want you to take those arms, palms forward, holding those weights. We're going to do a little combo move. We're going to do it slow first. So we're going to curl halfway, lift the shape of the arm up, all the way down. So I'm curling, going halfway, shape all the way up, and down. Let's go to tempo. So curl, halfway, up, and down. Curl. So once I lock that shape halfway, that's the shape of my arm when I lift and down. Curl, halfway, lift. Oh, I love this move. It really gets a lot of muscles all going at once. One thing you might notice on this one is it's easy to let those elbows creep out. But I want you to keep that grip nice and narrow and make sure that you're maintaining that shape throughout the move. Give me 4 and up. 3, up, 2 and up. 1 and up. Go ahead and take those palms, flip them forward, camera curls. Here we go. Up and down, just a little more bicep. And take it up. Now these are threes. You could be going a lot heavier on your biceps. I did a pretty big arm weight workout yesterday. So I'm going light, but you could be doing this with 6s or 8s or 10s. You've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it and pulse. Little pulse. When I'm pulsing here, I want you to lean a little bit forward. And I want this to be about the muscles. It's not about gripping those weights too hard. So if you grip, go into just hold with the index finger and that thumb. Pulse 4, 3, 2, hold. Bring those arms all the way up. Circle in, circle in, circle in, circle in. Woo! Circle, little circle, little circle. Keep those elbows up for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Oh, give me a nice little roll. Okay, we've got front shoulder, and then we can stretch those arms out. Inhale, exhale. Arms come up to shoulder height for me. And pulse, little pulse. So, I don't want these arms too far forward. I want you to pull those shoulders back in their sockets. Is that harder? Yes, it is. I'm going to grab my twos. Little lifts. Little lifts. Whoo! Little lifts. So again, not too far forward. Pull it back. And lift. Little lift. Little lift. Yes, we can. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend, straighten. Bend, press. Bend, press. Bend, press. Bend, press. So a little bend at the elbow and press. I don't want you to lock it, but just a little bend, press. Woo! Bend, press. Bend, press. Shoulders back. 8, 7, 6, I'm failing. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Yes, you can. 8, 7, 1 inch higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe down. Oh, you're done. Set those weights down. Nice job. Woo! Fast and furious with arms today. Let's bring that right shoulder across, rolling it into its place. And speaking of upper body, next week's class, next Monday, is a 30-minute upper body target. I can't believe I've only done one of them. It's a lot of fun. So do a tricep. Join me for 30 minutes of full arm upper body workout. It's going to be amazing. And a little lat bend, a little side bend, and release. Let's bring now that left shoulder across. Again, rolling it back into its place. And taking that left arm up, walking it down the back, not pressing the chest, closing the rib cage. And release. Let's go ahead and drop right ear to right shoulder, hand on top, just providing weight. Pop that neck back up, other side. And release. Go ahead and find a door, jam, a windowsill, a bookshelf. Doesn't matter which arm, taking one of your arms and rotating open. So you're using that wall bookshelf as leverage. And then you can go ahead and walk up. As you walk up, you're going to get into the underarm and the pec minor. And then if you want to walk back down to arm level or slightly below, that's going to move it more into the chest and the bicep. So just thinking about holding that and rotating only until you feel stretched, not wrenching into it. And go ahead and give up arm, 2 circles back. And let's go ahead and work that other side. Again, doesn't matter which. So holding that wall or still rotating open. This should feel so good, especially if you're like me and you inwardly rotate all day. Walking that arm up to get under the arm into the pec minor. Walking back down to shoulder level or below to get into this pecs. And then 1, 2 rotations back. All right, it is time for us to move into lower body. We've got 3 exercises here at the bar, and then we're going to move down to the mat for pretzel, which I know is one of the most divisive exercises, but I have a good modification today for those of you who don't love pretzel. So hopefully this will help you out. All right, we're going to go ahead and come into a nice wide second today. So again, reminding ourselves for wide second, ears, shoulders, hips, heels. If you're super tight in the inner thighs, so again, we want to be sliding down that imaginary wall. If you're super tight with those inner thighs, I want you to pitch a little bit forward, but then maintain this angle throughout. So I want you to go ahead and take a moment and find your positioning, making sure that when you come down to that wide second, the toes are behind, the knees are behind the toes, ideally above the ankles. All right, we're going to start here. We're going to take it up and up, down and down. This is our first move in the legs. So it's okay to feel a little crunchy. I feel a little crunchy down and down, but that's okay. We're just warming up, opening these inner thighs, coming into these outer hips. And again, ears over shoulders, hips over heels, up, up, down, down. Nice stop. Take it up, whoo, and down. So really thinking about pressing up through all 4 points of the foot, making sure that you can feel those quads. But if you can push up also through those heels, it's going to ignite the booty and a little bit of the upper hamstring too. So it's kind of a bonus. Up and up, down and down, up, woo, and down. Now I'm starting to feel it. So as you start to feel it more, you can come deeper into that move, just as long as you don't go past parallel. And up, down, and down. 2, and down. 1, and down. So now we're going to go ahead and alternate raising those heels. So we're going to raise right and left. So just starting to roll through those feet. Here I'm in a moderate position, so you could be up a little bit higher. That's another place to be, or you can come down a little lower. Just rolling. Whoo. You want to add some balance, you can take those hands off. You can bring them here to heart center. You can bring them out. And again, what we don't want to see is we don't want the body to move. We want the torso to stay and just this lower body to move. Okay, after 2 more, we're going to go into both at the same time. So we're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So you can hold back on, or you can take, it takes a little coordination to come out like this. Give me 8, woo, 7. I hope you feel this in your quads. Give me 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Heels down and press back, back, back. This is our last exercise in wide second. Burn it out for 8, 7, a little bit lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Give me a side to side. Woo, release some of that tension. Go ahead and join me in first position in V. We're going to do some extensions because I love them so much. So taking that right leg, turning it out of the hip, up and up, down and down. A little bit of softness in that standing leg. Take it up and up, down and down. If this is just feeling easy peasy for you, I want you to bring that other leg into your releve and then a little plie. So bend at the leg, down and down, up, up, down and down. 4 and down. Woo. 3 and down. Keep that leg turned out and down. Last one, hold it up. Hold it up for 8, 7, 1 inch higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Ooh. All right, we're gonna switch that out. So now that right leg doing our base, that left leg coming out, making sure we're turning out of the hip. Little softness in this right leg. Up and up, down and down. You're lifting only to the height, I feel like I say this all the time, where you can maintain good form. So if you have to bend that leg to get it up higher, I want you to go back to that range of motion where you can keep this turnout and keep that quad engaged. Because if we're bending, we're losing. And remember, if you want a little bit more, you can roll up into releve, but I want you to keep that knee bent. So we're not locking out in releve, we're coming into a plie. 4, and down. Don't count my reps. 3, and down. 2, and down. Last one. Hold it up. 8, 7, 1 inch higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Ooh. 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 All right, we're gonna do some pulses now. So let's go back to that right leg. I'm gonna have you stay flat-footed unless you really need to go in releve. So again, turning that leg out, softening that standing leg. Inhale, exhale, and pulse. Little pulse. We don't want to lean forward. We want to stay nice and tall. Strength coming out of the head. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to pulse it into the body, in. Little ins. Woo. In. If you want to go down, give me another inch. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. Holding in 4. Yes, you can. 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, come to the other side. Let's pulse it out. Weight in that right leg. Left leg turned out. Soften that standing leg a little bit. Pick it up and pulse. 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 Nice job. And again, I feel that I want to lean forward. So maybe I need to lower that leg a little so I can stand a little bit taller. 4, 3, 2, pulse it in. Why is this side harder? But it is. Pulse in. Pulse in. Yes, we can. For 8, 7, 6 to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Nice job. Let's stretch those quads before we move to the glutes. Taking right hand to right ankle. You want tucking that pelvis under and pulling that leg back. Woo! And staying here in quad, pitching forward and to dancer. Think about turning that hip down. And coming back to standing, tucking that quad. And release. Let's go to that other side. So left hand to left foot. You can always use a towel or a belt. Something else to make that foot feel closer. And again, for dancer, as we lean forward, we kick foot into hand. Ooh, this side is tight, so I'm going to stay down here. And if you're in dancer, go ahead and come on back down. A little more stretch on that quad. All right, it's time to move into the glutes. Now we're going to start with a nice little warm up. So some diagonal back pulses. If you feel more comfortable facing into support, you can do that. I'm going to face you just so you can see my alignment a little bit better. So coming to that first knee position, taking that right leg, so this is straight back. I want us to come to a diagonal and make sure that that leg is turned out. So here I am, turn forward, turning that thigh bone out. Now squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can take a little bend press. So the work is in the glute max, squeezing, squeeze, squeeze. Woo. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now a little lift. This is teeny tiny. Why is it teeny tiny? We're standing up straight. So if we're going to lift a lot, we're going to move quickly into that low back. I want this just to be that glute. Nice job. Flex that foot and lift. Little lift. Soften that standing leg. Lift, lift. Woo. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5. Holding in 4, 3, 2, and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. My timer shut off. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So coming back to that V position, that left leg is going to come straight back. So sometimes we say straight back and we think that's straight back, but really straight back. And then we're gonna turn it out and move it a little bit to the side. So my hip wants to come back. On this, I'm gonna try to move it forward. That toe on the ground, I'm gonna squeeze, squeeze. If you don't know that you're squeezing your glute, I want you to put your hand on the muscle to make sure that's working. So sometimes a little bend press helps us think about, that's where it is. Once you've got it, go ahead and lift, little lift, little lift. And again, we're lifting, hopefully you can see my foot's coming an inch off the floor. Just thinking about activating, and it's coming off more. I want you to roll the hips under just a little bit. Flex that foot and lift, lift. Still teeny tiny. It's actually teeny tiny moves today for the glutes. Sometimes we do all the big range motions. That's great. We also want to balance it with these little teeny tiny things. 2 and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, we're gonna come down to the mat for pretzel. I've heard from some of you don't like pretzel. It doesn't feel good on your hips. Maybe you have a little bit of pain when you're doing pretzel. So I want to show you a standing modification that you can do. If pretzel works for you, it's actually really effective. So I would have you come and join me on the mat. But with no further ado. So we kind of already did the basic setup for this. So if you're going to be doing pretzel standing, what I want you to do is come back into that position that we were just in. So that leg is going straight back, out to the side, and we're turning out at the hip. You can stay in the straight leg position. What I would prefer you do is lift and bend that leg in half, and it moves it into the outer glute, and then you can lift, flex, and push, do all those things. So to show you from the side, here I am standing up nice and tall. That leg is gonna come straight back. I'm gonna turn it out, and then I can lift straight, but I'm recommending you pull it and you lift like this. So it's gonna be the same thing. If I say squeeze, you'll stand and squeeze. If I say lift, you're gonna do little micro lifts. If I say press back, it's gonna be little press backs. That should reduce any pain that you have on the knees. So hopefully that's gonna be a good modification. That being said, if you're able to, I'd love you to join me on the floor for pretzel because pretzel is amazing. Okay, so to set up a pretzel, it might have been a while since you've done pretzel. I have a tutorial on there on the channel. So taking this right leg forward, and we're gonna line it up parallel with the mat, the edge of the mat here, and I'm going to angle in this foot as much as comfortable for me. My torso is going to be facing you. I'm going to take my left hand to my left ankle. I'm going to pick up this whole leg, and I'm going to move it back. So the fleshy part of that inner leg is sitting on the mat. So we're going to go ahead and just rotate. So we're going to rotate forward and back. A hip circle, if you're standing, is a really good modification for this rotation. So just circling the hip forward and back. For 3 and back. Just warming everything up to do our work and back. Last one and back. So we're gonna pick up that leg again. So we're gonna grab onto that ankle, pick the leg up and set it down. I'm gonna turn to face you. This outside hand is gonna lean out. If you're tight in the hips, you can lean out a little bit more. Squeeze, squeeze. So this glute on this left side is squeezing. You can see my arm move a little bit as that leg is just starting to squeeze. Now in a minute, we're gonna let that leg go. And you can let that leg go if your foot can stay above your knee. If not, I want you to stay here and continue to build that strength. Go ahead and let go and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So that glute, again, put that hand on that glute, is squeezing. You should also feel that high hamstring activate. Go ahead and flex, press back, back. So there's a button right behind that foot. Whether you're standing or sitting, you're flexing and pressing little teeny tiny backs. My leg's not even moving an inch because it's parked on that ground. Here we go. We're gonna lift, push back, lift, push back. I know pretzel's different, but you know what? It challenges our body in a different way, and that's why we do it. Press back, lift, press back, lift, press back for 5 and 4. Press back. 3, 2, 1. Press back and squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, we're going to swing that all the way around. So if you're standing, you just simply have to switch off. You're going to take that other leg back. You're going to rotate it out. You're going to lift and bend at the knee. Okay, for those of you on the mat, let's set up again. So now we might be a little bit further away, but setting up now this left leg parallel to the left edge of the mat. You can see my knees hanging off. That just helps me to make sure that this back knee is nice and sturdy. Now I'm going to take my right hand to my right ankle. I'm going to pick up this whole leg and I'm going to pull it back. So the contact point with the mat is the fleshy part of the inner knee. Now we're just going to rotate forward and back. Remember, if you're standing, you can do some nice hip circles. So moving forward and back, just bringing some mobility to this side. This, I think, is my less tight side. I'm a little bit excited. That other side was pretty tricky. And let's do one more, rotating forward and back. We're gonna use that hand to pick up that knee again and replace it. I'm gonna bring this left hand off to the side to give me some support. And now I'm gonna squeeze. I'm just squeezing the glute on that right side. And I'm gonna turn just a teeny bit. You keep squeezing, squeeze. I realize you can't see my leg. That is the fun of teaching a pretzel. You teach it from the front, you teach it from the side, ideally both, and squeeze. So if you can hold it, now you can squeeze without that leg, squeeze, without that hand, squeeze, and squeeze. I'm a little bit turned just so you can see what's going on back there. So I'm squeezing this glute, and that leg is moving, flex, push back, back. Think about squeezing that glute, contracting it to push. 8, 7, 6, 5, yes you can. 3, 2, 1. Now lift, push back. Lift, push back. You're doing this standing, that leg is just lifting about an inch and back an inch. One reason we do pretzel on the floor is it restricts your range of motion and it really targets what we want to work. So if you're doing the standing, you need a lot of discipline to make sure the leg is not just flailing. 4 and back, 3 and back, 2, 1, press and hold back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. If you're standing, go ahead and take a seat. We're just going to do a quick little release. We'll do a bigger glute release later. So sitting up nice and tall, taking that right leg to left ankle, right ankle to left knee. Wow, that's where we are today. You can hold this statically. One thing I know that I like is giving a little motion. So keeping that left foot planted, just rocking side to side. Nice job. Ooh. So now it's holding here, staying, or coming to full triangle, shin on top of shin. Just a reminder, if your legs lay up here, just pop back into modified. You do come in, work on flexing that foot, and then moving, turning towards the foot that's on top. All right, let's switch that out. So taking now that left ankle to right knee. If you're tightening your glutes and hips, I have a target. It's about a 15-20 minute stretch target just for glutes and hips. One of my favorite targets. I use it myself because it really, really helps when I get tight in the glutes and the hips. So holding it statically and modified, or you can do a little rock, making sure that that right foot is planted and sturdy on the ground. All right, staying here. If this feels like enough of a stretch along this outer hip and glute, we're coming down into full triangle. Thinking about trying to keep these feet flexed. You're in a nice relationship. Your knee kind of coming towards that top foot. Inhale, exhale. Nice job. All right, we're going to come down to our backs, but first, if you need a drink of water, I know I'm going to get one. It is all core and stretch from this point forward. All right. We're going to start in bicycles. I know I like to do these banded. So if you're obsessed with banding every exercise like I am, feel free to grab that that booty band. And as a reminder, what we can do with that booty band is to place it around the feet. So then when we're bicycling, it's providing more resistance. I'm going to do it without today, but you're going to do you. So coming all the way down into the back, having the hands behind the head, elbows are going to be nice and wide. So going at your own pace, just bringing opposite elbow to opposite side. Now, if you feel a lot of neck pain, one option is to drop that head and simply make it a regular bicycle crunch. Again, as I said before, this doesn't bring the obliques in, but I would rather you be doing something than that. And to make it easier, taking that bicycle more vertical. To make it harder, pulling those shoulder blades up and off the mat. And taking those legs lower. Good job. You're doing great. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those legs down. Bring those knees into the chest. Quick little release. Woo. All right, moving into bridge. Now we're going to start in a regular bridge. So feet, hips, distance parallel. Stamp into the ground. Arms nice and wide. Out of the V, broad across the back. Take it up, up, down, and down. A reminder on bar bridges, we're not going way up here as one might in yoga. We're coming to have that nice line, shoulder to knee. 4, and down. 3, if you can just hover that booty over the ground, that's great. And down. 1, and down. Single count for 8, and 7, 6, 5. Nice and strong through those feet. 3, 2, 1. Back to double count. For 2 count. Down, down. 7, and down. We're going to go to that diamond bridge next. You know I love a diamond bridge. 5, and down. When you're coming up again with the bridge, that little extra lift at the end is going to help you maximize this move. Last 2, squeeze, and last 1, up, little squeeze, and down, down. You can stay in this bridge for the next set if you have the flexibility. I encourage you to come in a diamond bridge. It's called a diamond bridge because we can think, if we were looking at the shape of our legs from above, it would be a diamond. So the soles of my feet are together, and the blade edge of the pinky toe side of the foot is pressing down into that mat. So it's very similar to cobbler, if you remember the cobbler stretch. My arms are going to be in the exact same place. You might need to play to see how close that bridge needs to be, but the motion is the same. So again, we go up, down, and down. Up, down. I'm going to pull in my legs just a little bit, and down. Up, and up. So you're still getting a really nice workout on those glutes. It's helping open those inner thighs, which will be good for what we're about to do. And down. Last 4, and down. 3, and down. Ooh, I feel this. 2, and down. Last one. We're going to hold it up, hold. 8, 7, 6, pressing in and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down, 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 down. Go ahead and stand those feet. Give me a little windshield wiper, side to side. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll over onto right here on the left side. So that right leg is going to be on top for me. You can come all the way down, or you can use this bottom arm as a little kickstand. All right, we're going to do this, my fun little favorite combo. So first we're just going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Again, you could add a band to this. I'm choosing to go without bands today. I know not everybody has the booty bands. Our last 30-minute workout of the year will be booty bands, so if you like them, don't worry, they're coming back. Now we're going to lift top leg, bottom leg, top. So up, up, down, and down, up, up, down, and down. Keeping those toes pointed and those hips stacked one on top of another. So what are we working here on this top leg? We're working a little bit of obliques, the outer glute, outer hip. And since we're holding that leg hopefully nice and straight, also the quad. On that lower leg, we're getting a little bit of quad, but it's mainly inner thigh. And down. Last two. Take it up, up, down, and down. Last one. Up, up, down, down. Take this top leg for me. We're going to bend it. And now I'm going to put that leg flat on the floor. Flex that bottom foot. Up, up, down, and down. Up, up. So this is all inner thigh. You could add and hold a 2 or 3 pound weight. So I lose my balance. If you wanted to make this extra tricky. Gosh, I'm just like a walking and talking promotion for my other videos, but there's a great series of this in my inner outer thigh target. I really like these workouts. They're also super targeted, so I think you can overdo it on the inner thighs. Give me 4 and down. Last 3 and down to the other side. 2 and down. 1 and down. You can simply roll over. I'm going to roll over all the way to the other side. And remember, if you have neck problems, if this is causing you any crunchiness or pain, you're going to use this bottom arm as a pillow, or you could get an actual pillow. Or you can join me, and if you can carefully rest your head, that would be great. This top hand is just for support. All right, we're going to leave that bottom leg parked for now, and we're just going to lift and lower. If you feel unstable like this, you can always bend the bottom leg. But I think if we can keep it a little bit unstable, that's going to force our core to stabilize a little bit more. All right, now let's do it up, up. So up, up, down, and down. Up, up, down. I really want to challenge you when you do this. As soon as you lift that top leg up, everything I want you to lock in this core to stay sturdy and not wobble like I just did. If we can't laugh at ourselves when we work out, I don't know when we can laugh at ourselves. And down, up, up, down, down. I want you to really point through those toes and really think about those quads coming alive to straighten those legs. And down, up, and up, down, and down. Last 2, and down. 1, and down. Top leg comes up, bends in half. And if you're like me and you're tight, maybe that's where it ends. Flex that bottom foot, lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift and lower. So you notice my range of motion is small. I'm not way up here. And you'll see a lot of bar videos where it really looks like a kick leg. But I know it's Christmas. We're not the Rockettes. So you want to keep it small and targeted. We want to use muscles, not momentum. That's what Barre is all about, is using our muscles and training them. It might look cooler. It might feel cooler. But we want to make sure that we're actually strengthening the muscles and not just kicking. Not that kicking is not fun. It's a lot of fun. But we want to build these inner thighs. For 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. We're going to go ahead and roll over onto the stomach and come into a nice 2 count. Superman, reminder, if you are expecting, you can come all the way up onto all fours. And the modification for pre-postnatal folks is to just alternate extending the opposite arm and leg. So again, I don't want you on your belly if you're showing, so 16 to 20 weeks. Okay, for those of us who are not showing, go ahead and come all the way down, legs out at mat width. Option is always to stack hand on top of hand. I'm going to come into cactus arms, so kind of a soft W. We're going to lift up for 2, down for 2. Here we go. Up and up, down and down. Up, down, up, up, down, down. Statistically, I'll find the beat at some point. Down and down, up and up. So really thinking about those low back muscles. contracting to lift the legs and upper back or the upper body. Gaze is staying down, never up. Give me 4, and down, 3, and down, 2, and down. Hold this one up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down. Press back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. All right, we have one exercise to stretch. I saved my favorite of the ab exercises for last, and that's plank jacks. So as a reminder, lots of options. Always, always, always have a modification to hold that plank isometrically, not moving. So those nice wide stretched hands, pressing those legs into the mat. You can also hold it isometrically on your toes. First option for the jack is to tap side to side. So I'm going out and in. You can also go out and in, out and in. So many variations here. Or you can do that full jack. Out, in, out, in, out. Now what's happening? You can see my booty wants to come up. I'm not going to let it in. Out and in, out and in. Or we can speed it up. Jack, jack. Woo! Nice job. Or we're just tapping. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Finish strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those knees down. Back into child's pose. You deserve a little break. Holding that child's pose. And now rolling up. Magically, the music is slower. Let's come into our stretch. Facing into your support. Whew. Taking one of those legs forward. Coming to open that hip flexor. That was a good workout. I'm proud that you stuck with it. Whew. I think there's something special about, for me at least, starting a Monday off with a good workout. So I want you to think, if you're feeling tight, not plunging so deeply, if you feel that you have some flexibility, then walk that front foot forward and plunge a little bit deeper. But again, we're not forcing it. And I also don't want you to dump in that low back. So again, pulling that belly button in, keeping the core strong. Oh. And interestingly, let's go ahead and walk that back knee in and extend that front leg. When I'm saying all these reminders to you, it's for you, but it's also for me, because even though I teach barre, my body still wants to cheat. It still wants to find something easier. That's what bodies do. That's normal. So it's good for us to be reminded internally or externally what we can do to make a move more effective or to make the stretch more effective. Your time is precious. Your time is valuable. We want to make sure we make the most out of that time. Okay, you can stay here, or you can go ahead and come from this half split and just walk that back, knee back towards split, knowing that whenever you reach that point, to say stop, and you can stop. And just getting curious about what's preventing you. So here for me, this is where I'm at today, and this hamstring is just super tight. So it's giving me some info that I could benefit from some more hamstring stretches. And as it starts to fade, you can sink a little bit more into that stretch. Remember to come out of any version past half split, tucking that back toe under, strong the arms, and do that. Let's switch that up. Now, especially if you are where I am and it's winter, coming winter, just recognizing that if we're less active when it gets cold and I am, just paying attention to our flexibility. So again, thinking forward, opening not, and see that curve in the back is not what we're looking for. We're still looking for that natural curve in the spine, opening up the hip flexor on this leg. If we have more space, walking that foot forward. And with these legs, I look very out of alignment. You want to stay in parallel. I'm actually in parallel. It doesn't look like it. Bringing that back leg in and extending, thinking about as we've been forward, pulling the hip, the glute on this extended leg back. And same here, or bringing those hands down to the mat. And this really and truly is it on this side. So just to be an encouragement to you to wherever you are today is where you are today. Does not mean that's where you always will be. Maybe that's where you are today. And allowing yourself to both accept that and to say, no, I'd like to progress. I'd like to move into further. Tucking that back toe. If you've moved past half split and pulling back up. Let's go ahead and come down and come into cobbler or straddle. So cobbler again, those feet together, opening like a book. I'm feeling pretty tight today, so I'm going to stay in cobbler, but just as a reminder, straddle is coming out and straightening the legs. Okay, well now that I'm in straddle, it feels okay. Whew. We get about, whether we're in cobbler or straddle, nice long torso. Inhale and exhale. Ooh. Okay, go ahead and help your legs close. We're going to come down and do a prone figure 4 to my favorite stretch. It's not really a tip over, but I kind of call that. So go ahead and bring ankle to knee, doesn't matter what side. I've got my right leg with my hands behind the right leg. And I'm making that figure 4 shape, but just prone. I'm flexing both of those feet to keep my knees nice and happy. So as I'm in this pose, I'm feeling this stretch on this foot that's bent on the outer hip. So if I need to feel more, I can help rotate this leg. We're not going to go to bound ankle today, but that's another variation where you can slide those legs together and reach for opposite shins. Today, I want you to go ahead and plant that heel, and then maintaining this whole shape, we're going to go ahead and tip all the way over. And I forgot to say this because I'm terrible. You can also put a block underneath this lower knee. So I've just taken this figure 4 shape and I've tipped it over. Once you tip it over, I want you to think about this top leg, foot is on the floor, and I'm trying to press it open. So you can give a little bit of pressure on this inner thigh if that feels okay, but it's just deepening that stretch. Go ahead and leave that bottom leg where it is. We're going to pick up that top leg and stack it. And just get a little extra spine twist. And inhale, grabbing those abs, coming back to center. Let's quickly do that on the other side. So knee to ankle. I'm feeling very tight on this side. This doesn't want to rotate up. I'm going to keep those feet flexed. Grab behind the fleshy part of the leg, never behind the joint. Inhale, exhale. You can use this elbow here to help maybe ease that leg open a little bit. And I feel this really deep glute also into piriformis. And now we're going to bring that heel to the floor And we're going to take this whole shape that we've created and we're just going to tip it over until that foot touches. You can put a block or a book underneath in case you don't want to tip all the way over. And then taking this top leg and pressing it open. Inhale. And exhale. It should feel really nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish by stacking those two legs on top of each other. Little bonus spine twist. Grab those abs. Inhale to center. Go ahead and roll up to a seat. And that is all we have for Barre with Sarah today. Thank you so much for joining me for a wonderful 60-minute workout. I hope to see you on Friday. I have Bozu Challenge number 3 for our Friday challenge. Don't worry if you don't have a Bozu or don't know what one is. You can still come and participate. It's another core challenge. And then I hope to see you next Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to have upper body target 2, 30 minutes of all my favorite upper body moves. Thanks for joining, everyone. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.